Hello, everybody. Let's get right to it. As I record this, it's March 22nd. It is a Tuesday, I think. So, I've said this before. We cover a wide range of topics during these videos, during the Linchpin Conversations. Ideally, all of you find them beneficial in one way, shape, or form and relevant. But overwhelmingly, the ones that get just warmly received over and over again is when I relate some sort of real life story about how I modified whatever the workout of the day was because life threw some sort of a monkey wrench my way and I made some decisions just to get it in. People seem to love those stories, and so I'm going to share another one today that just happened recently. And I think people enjoy these stories because I get it. I lived that life where you don't give yourself any grace and any wiggle room, right? And you have to do exactly what's written. And if you modify what's written, somehow you missed out on fitness that day, or you screwed up the stimulus and blah blah blah, and it was a wasted day. I've been there. But as we say, we're all about real people, real life. And everyday life's going to present some sort of a problem or some sort of interruption with what you had scheduled. And if you want to succeed at life, you will never be able to eliminate problems. So ideally what you can become is just a little more adept at allowing yourself to solve them. So that's that. So this last weekend, again today's Tuesday, this last weekend that happened, our two boys had a weekend basketball tournament in Spokane, Washington. So it's about 4.5 hours east of where we are. So we had to get up there on Friday, and so they'd be ready for the basketball tournament on Saturday and Sunday. So I crushed all my workouts together last week. I worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Normally I would take a rest day on Thursday, but I knew the weekend was going to be nuts. So I wanted to get everything in on Monday through Friday. So I worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Instead of taking a rest day on Thursday, I did Friday's workout. I did it a day early. And then when Friday rolled around, I did what would have traditionally been Saturday's workout, and I did it on Friday morning. So I crunched all 5 workouts into just Monday through Friday. I understand that comes at a cost. I understand that even if I'd had all the time that I wanted to, crunching them into 5 days and not taking a rest day on Thursday, I'm going to be more tired than normal, a little more sore than normal, a little bit less recovered than normal. And so I don't expect crazy PRs, optimal performance on those last 2 workouts of the week just due to what I had to accomplish to knock it out. So that's fine. I went in with that. So the workout that I did on Friday was the workout that was scheduled for Saturday. It was scheduled for March 19th, and it was one that I was actually looking forward to doing as prescribed if life had allowed me. It was a heavy day at a high heart rate, that's what we call them at Linchpin, and it was an interval day also, and it was a dirty bird. The workout as written was 4 intervals, each for time, of 8 back squats at 70% of your 1 rep max, 25 GHD sit-ups, and then a 400-meter run as if the devil is chasing you. That's 1 interval. 8 back squats at 70%, 25 GHD sit-ups, take off on as quick as you can, a 400-meter run. That's 1 interval. It takes you whatever it takes you. You then rest a 1-to-1 to a 1-to-2 work to rest ratio. You can do that 4 times. So let's say that an interval of doing the 8 back squats, the 25 GHDs, and a 400-meter run, for simple math, let's just say it takes you 4 minutes, okay? And then you chose the lower of the rest periods, a 1-to-1. Well, that means you'll rest 4 minutes also between each one of those intervals. So just doing 4 of those intervals with that rest period, that would be 28 minutes in the gym just to accomplish that workout, which is fine under normal circumstances. But that doesn't include having to warm up to a 70% back squat, warm up for some GHD sit-ups, and warm up to be able to run a hard 400. So let's say all of that warming up is going to take you at least 15 minutes. So that, with what the workout was going to take, you're going to need, if you're tight with your time, 45 minutes, I would say, to really give this workout the respect that it deserves and to do it properly. And then you haven't cooled down or stretched, okay? We're just warming up and knocking out the workout. Well, we had to take off on Friday, got to do the 4.5 hour drive, got to get the kids up at a certain time, got to get the baby up, life. So my alarm went off at, I think, 5 a.m. that day, and then I just worked on the computer from about 5 a.m. to 6:30 in the morning. Friday's still a work day, right? Just to try to get some stuff done before I knew I was going to be in the car for so long. Worked till 6:30. Things took longer than I thought. Got to get the kids up at 7 a.m. so that we can get rolling. And now I look at the clock and I'm like, ooh, it's 6:30 in the morning. I got to get the kids up in 30 minutes. And I have this workout to do. And I just did the math that I told you. Okay, the workout's going to take about 30 minutes. I need 15 minutes to warm up. That's 45 minutes. I have 30 minutes right now. And every moment that I sit here thinking, I have less time. Dang it. The workout ain't going to happen. So I wandered into the gym. And this is what I wound up doing. So again, I'll say it one more time. One interval was 8 back squats at 70%. 25 GHDs, and a 400-meter run. 4 intervals like that with rest periods between. So it can be high intensity, good rest, and interval training. I did kind of a version of the dumbbell workout that day. The dumbbell workout had sets of 20 dumbbell squats each time. And it had some V-ups. But here's what I did. So my first round, I crunched it all together. I took no rest period. So right off the bat, it's a different workout because I'm going to do it as just 4 rounds for time, not 4 intervals each for time. So right there, the stimulus is different because intervals by their very nature are shorter time domains, high intensity. Well, I changed it. So now I'm going to go to moderate intensity, longer time domain. I did for round 1, since I was not warmed up, and my hips and knees don't really like to go below parallel with any loading until they're nicely warmed up, which they were not at 6:30 in the morning. And I'm not going to just hop on the GHD and start cranking out GHDs at 6:30 in the morning with no warm up. That would be profoundly idiotic for me. I know what that would do to me. I grabbed a single 35-pound dumbbell and just did basically 20 goblet squats. Okay, that was my first set of squats. I did 20 goblet squats with a 35-pound dumbbell. I set the dumbbell down. I did 25 sit-ups just on the floor with an ab mat. Slow, quite frankly, not on the GHD. And then I got up and I did a 400-meter jog. I'm not even going to call it a run. Came back in. Now I'm at round 2. And I feel a little bit better because I've got 1 round under my belt that was somewhat of a warm-up. I got below parallel 20 times in that first round with a single dumbbell. So in round 2, I did another 20 squats, but instead of using a single 35-pound dumbbell, I used a pair of 35-pound dumbbells. So that was my second round of 20 squats. I still plopped my butt on the floor, did 25 ab mat sit-ups on the floor, still didn't hop in the GHD, took off on another 400-meter jog that was maybe just slightly faster than round 1 because I was warming up more. Halfway done with the workout now. Came in round 3. Now I'm feeling actually okay because I've been moving for a bit. So now I didn't grab the 35-pound dumbbells. I grabbed a pair of 50-pound dumbbells. I did 20 dumbbell squats. This time I hopped up on the GHD. I did 25 GHD sit-ups. Took off on a 400-meter run that I tried to push the pace on, but I'll be honest with you. It was 6 whatever in the morning. My legs are now tired from the 3rd set of squats. The GHD sit-ups took away your hip flexors. That run was not fun. Came in, and that last round looked the same as the 3rd. 20 dumbbell squats with a pair of 50s, 25 GHD sit-ups, and a 400-meter run with whatever I could muster. No cool down, no stretch. Walked into the house and just barely made it. Like I said, had to get the kids and the baby up at 7 a.m. And thank goodness the baby was still asleep. So that That workout, as I just did it there, kind of had a built-in warm-up, so to speak. I didn't bring a ton of intensity in round one or two. I increased the loading each round that went by. I was kind to myself. I didn't hop on the GHD for round one or round two. I didn't hop. I was on it for round three and four, and I ran at whatever pace made sense. So, and that was start to finish. Took me about, I was in and out of the garage in 20 minutes for that workout. So that was great because, like I said, to do the real workout the right way would have taken a good 45 minutes. I would have preferred to do the prescribed workout with the time that it was needed. That would have been great, but that's not what life allowed for me that day. So my options were to modify it or to do nothing, and I just didn't like that option. And so now let's see, it was a different workout, right? Which again, in the past would have bothered me greatly because I only would have focused on the differences and how I messed it up, and it wasn't good fitness because of the differences between the two workouts. And while there are differences, I could also look at the similarities, and the similarities are why fitness was still achieved. And like we say, the goal is we're just putting bricks in the wall every day, right? You're building a wall of fitness, and every day you're just putting another brick in that wall, and it just strengthens the wall. So today, that day that occurred, I put another brick in the wall, and it's a little bit different than the brick that was prescribed, but it's still a brick going into the wall, and that's going to pay off in the long run. So here are the differences that in the past I would have focused on, and they would have given me a migraine headache, and I would have thought the day was a failure, between the prescribed interval workout with a heavy barbell and GHDs and sprinting compared to the 4 rounds for time workout I did, etc., etc. On the prescribed workout, it was an interval. Did I do an interval? No. So in the past, I would have focused on that. It's a failure. The prescribed workout had built-in rest, so you could keep the intensity really high. Did I have built-in rest so that I could make it a high intensity day? No. Since it was an interval day, it was shorter time domains, right? Short and sharp time domains. Did I have a short and sharp time domain? No. Another potential failure. And again, those are all true, but I would have focused solely on those. So now, what did I do that also, overlapped? Between the prescribed workout and what I did, both had below parallel. Great. So I got in below parallel. There was a win right there. Both had loading below parallel. Be it different loading, but they both were loaded. Yep, there's another win right there. Both had midline involved. The other one had GHD sit-ups the whole time. Mine, I did a mixture of abmen and GHDs. There's a great similarity, so there's a win. There's a positive thing as well. Both had running. Yes, on the interval one, the intensity and pace would have been higher, but both had running. So I did that as well. Fantastic. Great. Both had intentional interference from the movements to make the runs more challenging. Yes, that absolutely occurred from both. And fitness was achieved from both, bricks in the wall from both. So, again, you can choose to look at it through whatever lens that you want. It was a different workout, but that doesn't mean it was a bad workout. That doesn't mean it was better than nothing. Another thing we like to say all the time at Linchpin is, you hear that phrase that something's better than nothing, which is true, but we'd like to take it one step further, which is, with regards to fitness and just getting in a workout, even if it's modified, I don't like that phrase, something is better than nothing, because it implies that doing something is just marginally better than nothing, just barely better than doing nothing. Like, something's better than nothing. Getting in a workout, choosing to move, choosing fitness, even if it's different, something is not better than nothing. Something is infinitely better than nothing. And I keep that in my head on days like today and on days like that occurred a few days ago. And those go down not in the loss column, but in the huge win column. Got up early, knocked it out, worked with how my body was feeling on day 5, worked with whether or not I was warmed up, worked with whatever I needed to do for loading, didn't hop on the GHD right away. It's all good. It's all good. I guarantee it, because in this fitness game, consistency wins. Again, it's no one singular workout that makes or breaks your overall fitness. It's those bricks in the wall, day after day, the consistency piece. And if you're not making smart decisions and you're not giving yourself the grace to scale and modify, and you're forcing yourself to do something too early in the morning, too fast, too heavy, that's a gamble that you're probably eventually going to lose. And then you're going to tweak yourself, tweak your knee, tweak something, and then you're not going to train right for 6 to 12 weeks, and your fitness is going to be way worse than it would have been if you just allowed yourself to modify that workout on that one day. So that's it. Again, everyone seems to enjoy these real life stories. I'm living a real life just like you are. Things don't go according to plan a lot, and we make it happen. So that's that. Have a wonderful day. I think today's EMOM 30 minutes power cleans. So have fun with that, and we'll talk later.